Black Lives Matter activist Sasha Johnson in critical condition after suffering gunshot wound to the head.
Here's a summary of the article.
A black equal rights activist is in a critical condition in hospital after being shot in the head in South London yesterday. Police are appealing for information after Sasha Johnson, 27, was found with life-threatening injuries in Southwark at about 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. In a statement on its Facebook page, the Taking the Initiative Party, a new political group she was part of, said, "It is with great sadness that we inform you that our own Sasha Johnson has sustained a gunshot wound to her head. Sasha has always been actively fighting for black people and the injustices that surround the black community, as well as being both a member of BLM and a member of Taking the Initiative Party's Executive Leadership Committee." Police said the shooting had occurred in the vicinity of a house where a party was taking place, and a number of people may have been in the area at the time. Last August, Ms. Johnson was one of the organisers of the first ever Million People March to protest against systemic racism in the UK. During the demonstration, hundreds of people took to the streets of West London. "As a people, we're not going to stop until we have equal rights and justice," she said. Black Lives Matter UK said on Twitter, "While Sasha wasn't part of our organisation, she impressively founded a new black-led political party and was dedicated to resist anti-black racism."
This post received a score of 20,000, with an upvote ratio of 84%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Strange. The Sky News article said, "While the investigation is at an early stage, there is nothing to suggest that the woman who was shot was the subject of a targeted attack or that she had received any credible threats against her prior to this incident, but The Guardian says that it occurred after she received numerous death threats. Which one is it?
I imagine the death threats were online and considered unlikely to occur and therefore not credible threats."
That's exactly it. While she likely received plenty of death threats when checked on by the police, they determined they did not pose any credible threat to her life. Like some assholes on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, sending death threats as a death threat, but unlikely to actually be acted on. It makes sense for her party to throw all of that information to the police and public though, because while they are unlikely to be very useful in finding those responsible, they draw up support for her cause.
Is there a better link?
London. Not what I was expecting. Getting shot in the UK is not common. Horrible thing to happen.
For anyone curious as to what "not common" means, I looked up stats. There were 30 people murdered by means of a firearm in England and Wales in the year ending in March 2020. Also, England and Wales have over 20 times as many people as Chicago. Here in Toronto, they apparently go for up to $3,000, and they aren't even banned.
Very expensive. There was a story in Birmingham last year where they linked a handful or robberies and a murder to the same pistol that had been bought and sold across gangs.
That makes good sense if it's that hard to get the things. Fascinating.
Fascinating article on said weapon.
Greater than she was reported to have cut ties with the Black Lives Matter movement in recent months. Great headline, guys.
In a statement on its Facebook page, the Taking the Initiative Party said, "It is with great sadness that we inform you that our own Sasha Johnson has sustained a gunshot wound to her head. Sasha has always been actively fighting for black people and the injustices that surround the black community, as well as being both a member of BLM and a member of Taking the Initiative Party's Executive Leadership Committee." Looks like she is still considered a member of BLM?
BLM isn't really an organization. There are groups that claim to be speaking BLM, but it is a slogan, rallying cry that one can endorse without endorsing every group or individual that claims to speak on its behalf. Very possible she left a specific group but still endorses the overall movement.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.